This guy is a legend. By himself, he turned an entire game show upside down. His strategy is so unique that it ruined the game. In the game show, Golden Balls, you're offered a decent amount of money. Let's say $10,000. All you have to do is pick between split or steal. These choices are hidden within 2 golden balls that only you get to see the inside of. Another player is offered the same choice, split or steal. Both players reveal the choice they made at the same time. If both pick split, then you get $5,000 each. If you pick split and the other player picks steal, then the other player gets $10,000. If you pick steal and the other player picks split, then you get $10,000. If both pick steal, then neither player gets any money. Given these rules, what should you do? Split or steal? Both players picking split gives the best feeling to the players, but we don't look at the feelings. Our strategy should maximize the amount of money we win. In this table, you can see all the possible outcomes. For our strategy, we do not care about what the other player gets, only what we get. If we assume that player B has already picked split, then we get a larger cash prize if we pick steal. If we assume that player B has already decided to pick steal, then we get the same cash prize no matter what decision we make. Considering that we do not know if player B will pick split or steal, then we will always get the same or larger cash prize by picking steal. Steal is the optimal selfish decision. Still, it is very interesting to think about. If both players pick the optimal selfish strategy, then neither player gets any money. So it is better for you if both players pick split instead of both picking steal. Any player would pick half the cash prize instead of nothing. But the problem is that you do not pick as a group. The choice between split or steal is not the only component of this game show. Before picking split or steal, there is a discussion between you and the other player. In this part of the game, your goal is to convince your opponent that they should pick split instead of steal. It was in this part of the game that the guy in the brown shirt found a strategy that completely changed the game. But before looking at his high-level strategy, what does the average player use as their strategy? I found examples of 4 different strategies: repetition, guilt, image/morality, and emotional state. Repetition is simply to repeat a word many times throughout the conversation. This can either be the word split or exactly the amount of money that half the cash prize is. Guilt is to make the other player feel bad for taking money away from you. In one episode, a woman argued that if she won half the money, then she would be able to take her daughter on vacation for the first time in the daughter's life. Image and morality. Many players use this strategy where they contrast a good person picking split with a bad person picking steal. This is to make you either think, am I a bad person for wanting to pick steal? Or to make you think, will other people think I'm a bad person for picking steal? Emotional state. I saw some older people argued that they should both look past the money and instead consider how both will be feeling after the show. To maximize happiness, they should both pick split. In common for all of these players and strategies is that they will tell you that they themselves will pick split. Why would your opponent pick split if they don't trust you that you're going to pick split? But listen to this. The guy in the brown shirt starts with saying, I want you to trust me. 100% I'm going to pick the steel ball. So he guarantees that the guy in the green shirt will not win any money tonight. But then why should the guy in the green shirt pick split instead of steal? How does this make any sense? The green shirt guy responds with, sorry, I'm gonna choose the steel ball. I want you to do split, and I promise you that I will split the money with you. Well, after you took steal, Yeah. You gonna steal, I'm going to take split, so you take the money and I will split it with you after the show? Yeah. Then the audience starts laughing. Imagine you're playing against the brown shirt guy. His strategy is to first assure you that he will pick steal. Now you can pick between nothing or nothing. But now brown shirt guy promises you that he will give you half the money after the show. What is this promise worth? Well, there is some probability between 0% and 100% that he will share the cash prize with you. At maximum, this promise is worth $5,000, and at minimum, this promise is worth $0. Keep in mind that if you pick steal, there is no cash prize to share after the show, so picking steal is worth nothing. The selfish decision is therefore to pick split. Did his strategy work? In the end, his opponent picks split. The green shirt guy said in an interview after that he would never pick split. Yet, because of this strategy, he picked split. In a fun plot twist, the brown shirt guy also picks split. You should watch the entire video, it's genius. When I watched it, I was thinking to myself, could I have made up such a strategy that would throw the game off its normal path? So I would start the game normally, but if I notice that my opponent seems dodgy and I think they will pick steal, then I would tell them, I will let you pick my golden ball if you let me pick your golden ball. Otherwise, I'm going to pick steal and we both walk away with nothing. Now, what is this game of chance worth that I'm offering? Well, my opponent has a 50% chance of picking split for me and a 50% chance of picking steal for me. I have a 50% chance of picking split for them and a 50% chance of picking steal for them. Half of the time you would win nothing, a quarter of the time you would win half the cash prize, $5,000, and a quarter of the time you would win the full cash prize, $10,000. If we played this game many times randomly, on average, we would get $3,750 per game. So if I promise you that I will pick steal, then the game is worth $0. But if I offer you to pick mine if I pick yours, then the game is suddenly worth $3,750. That was everything for this video. Let me know if you can invent some other strategy. Bye bye.